10 o'clock start today. How did your team prepare differently for today's game?
Well, their morning starts, a lot earlier. It's, usually that you're supposed to, as a professional athlete, you're supposed to eat at on average, about 5 to 6 hours before a game. So a 10 o'clock start, 10:30 start makes them eating at 5 a.m. roughly to get themselves prepared to play. So for most of these guys, their day started a little bit earlier than normal. And on the team side, nothing really changed. I mean, we go day to day here with about 8 o'clock arrival, and then we go a 10 o'clock practice. So there wasn't a whole lot of change for them in terms of their preparation to play. It's more of a nutritional issue.
How do you think all the energy from the kids in the building affected how you played?
No, I thought it helped a lot. I'm a big believer in these games in the American Hockey League. I've been a part of them for the last 6 years. I think it's great for the city, and I think it's great for the education of young people about the game and about sport and what sport can do for you in life. So I think it's good. What did this group bring today? It brought a lot of energy, and I think we felt it. Obviously we get down 1-0, and I thought, in a normal home game for our team, we wouldn't have felt much after we scored. I mean, that's just the reality we live in here. Like, we have great fans that are here, but they're not always in big numbers, and they're not really super loud. So to have all the kids here today really helped us on the tying goal.
With your schedule getting a bit messed up today, is it going to be easier for you guys to get into it tomorrow, or how hard is that going to be?
I think it'll be more difficult tomorrow because we're coming off the road. It was almost like we got home Sunday afternoon late, and we really had no time to adjust. Like, we're still in kind of a work mode from our trip. Like, it seems like we're still kind of on the road body temperature wise. Now we get the rest of the day off, and then you got to try and ramp yourself up in the AM and then trying to do it again. That's a difficult task, especially coming off the road. Had we been home last weekend, I would have liked us again tomorrow night, but I think we got a difficult task of preparation ahead of us.
Brett's been putting the puck in the net all season, so basically in the last X games he joined the team. Is this kind of what they were expecting from him when Calgary signed him a couple summers ago?
Well, I think they definitely, I can't really totally speak to what they saw, but I think everybody felt that he was capable at this level of putting up points. I think the unknown part was how can he play and perform at the other level, and I think they gave him that opportunity. And, it's really a difficult thing because you go from being somewhat of a skilled guy in the American Hockey League to a non-skilled guy in the NHL, and the temperature and the way you play and how you posture yourself physically in a game is a lot different up there. And might take another crack at him to get up there and to do it again, to understand that. At this particular level down here, obviously he's a go-to guy, but he was here last year at the end of the year as well, and because of the makeup of our team, he wasn't afforded that spot, having got down here so late with Clay Wilson and certain guys running our power play. So he's been a good addition, obviously, on the goal-scoring side, and we knew him coming down this year that when we lost Brody and McCarthy that we were going to have to put him up top because of his shot, and we're just thankful he's here. He's obviously had a good start to our season for us.
Can you talk a little bit about your team's penalty kill today?
Well, it was unbelievable. It's kind of been our bread and butter all year to a certain extent. I think Cale McLean does a great job of preparing that group. We're always well prepared as to what we're going to see and how we want to defense it. And the other part I thought was really good. I thought Rochester did some good things. They managed the puck a lot in our end, and they made some adjustments, and then we had to kind of punch, and then they counter-punched, and then we had to punch again. Like, it's that type of X's and O's that goes on in between periods, and there were a lot of adjustments with our penalty kill during today's game. Even on the bench, most of them are in between periods, but today there was adjustments on the bench, especially there in the third. So the downside of that is obviously as a team we're real disappointed in our discipline. Because we had a lot of guys that didn't play a lot of minutes today. Some of our top two-line guys barely played. And, that's disappointing, but they were unbelievable.
From my vantage point, I noticed Rochester missing the net quite a bit. Would you think that's more a product of the way you were forcing them, your posture, or was that maybe them just missing their opportunities, in your opinion?
Probably a little bit of both. Although coming off our game in Grand Rapids, we blocked a ton of shots on Saturday night. In that 1-0 loss, we played really well. but we had to play hard in order to play that well. Like, we blocked a ton of shots. So I would say in general we get in the shooting lanes pretty well. It makes it difficult. So you're always looking for upper corners or just off to the side when you play us. And so I think it was a byproduct of both.
Anything else, guys? Great. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.